into the video, I just want to say there's not going to be any post fights or anything. This is going to be a pretty rare video for me to do. Um, but I'm not going to be doing any of the odds or anything like that. I'm just going to be just pretty much just telling my predictions of the whole Evander Holyfield versus Vitor Belfort card. I'm gonna just tell you all of it because I don't have that much time to do it. A reason why is because I've been so busy with school, and it been kind of a lot of stress on my back of doing this and school. So I'm just gonna be doing this just for this week. Uh, but if I do this kind of stuff, it'll just mean that um that that I just didn't have enough time to do it because literally the fight's tomorrow and I can't get done with all 6 videos. So first, starting off with the main event, Evander Holyfield versus Belfort. Good fight, but I think that Evander Holyfield's experience should win this fight by I'm gonna say either a stoppage or a very convincing unanimous decision. Um, Even though Evander Holyfield, when he was when he was younger, he was a volume puncher, but in this fight, I think that he's gonna want to box, and I do think that he's gonna outbox the mess out of Vitor, and just the experience is very, 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 very in much of Holyfield's favor. So I am favoring Evander Holyfield to win this fight by a unanimous decision or a TKO in the later rounds. All right, next, Anderson Silva versus Tito Ortiz. Anderson Silva by a very convincing unanimous decision. I think that he should easily outbox Tito. He needs to watch out for Tito because Tito does carry some power. So he definitely can't get caught because Silva is a bit chinny, but I just think that especially what he did to Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I know that Chavez Jr. is a freaking bum, but it's still Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. who had twice as much experience as Silva does in boxing with the gloves on, and he completely put on a clinic. And when you're fighting a guy like Tito Ortiz, I just think he's just gonna completely outbox Tito Ortiz convincingly, and it'll be a very convincing unanimous decision. So that's what I got with Anderson Silva versus Tito Ortiz is Anderson Silva by convincing unanimous decision. Next up, Jono Carroll. Oh no, not Jono Carroll, but next up, David Haye versus Joe Fournier. Excuse me. Good fight, but on the other hand, David Haye. I think David Haye should easily outbox. I think that he should easily outbox Joe Fournier, and I think that he should either win by a very convincing unanimous decision or a stoppage. Probably going with the unanimous decision. I do think he's gonna school Joe Fournier, but it's a good fight. But yeah, David Haye. I do think that David Haye is gonna destroy Joe Fournier. Next up, Jono Carroll versus Andy Vences. I actually did a video on this like a while ago, like a couple months ago when it first started, and my pick was Jono Carroll, and I am still sticking with that. I am picking Jono Carroll to outwork Andy Vences, and I just think the volume punches of Jono Carroll will win him this fight by a convincing unanimous decision. Won't be surprised if it's split or majority, but I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be a unanimous decision for Jono Carroll, because people keep forgetting that he put up a good fight against Tevin Farmer, even though Tevin Farmer lost against Jojo Diaz, but Jojo Diaz is a beast. But he still had a good fight with Tevin Farmer. Obviously, he lost that. Obviously, he got outboxed in that fight. But on the other hand, he still put up a very good fight. I felt like it was a bit closer than people thought it was. But I just think he's just gonna outwork Andy Vences. He has a lot more experience in the higher level, and I know that Andy Vences has more experience as a fighter. As with when it comes down to who've been in boxing longer and who've been more active. But on the other hand, Jonah Carroll has been fighting a lot better fighters what's his name? Uh, Obviously Tevin Farmer, Maxie Hughes. I thought he won that fight. Um, he beat I mean he beat Scott Quigg. Sorry guys, actually the only person to beat to actually stop Scott Quigg. You know. So he does have a lot better resume than Andy Vences. But yeah, my pick for that fight is Jono Carroll by a convincing unanimous decision. So yeah. So that's my prediction for this whole card, for the whole Evander Holyfield versus Vitor Belfort card. Don't agree that Trump is going to be there. But yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm Preston from Fighting Media 360, and thank you all for watching this video. And again, I strongly apologize for the delay in this kind of video. If you guys were looking for me to do like this whole video, I just have been crazy busy with school, and stuff like that.